Well, we've certainly well and truly switched modes from high pressure to low pressure after a very dry 6 weeks. We are going to be talking about some plenty of rain. We have seen plenty of rain across the northern half of the UK today. It is south central and southeastern parts of England's turn to see some very heavy rainfall with the potential for embedded thunderstorms as well. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. We've seen 26 at Gravesend in Kent, the UK's warmest temperature of the year so far. We also seen 22.4 up in Lossiemouth on the Murray Coast. That was Scotland's warmest day of the year so far. Today we could see temperatures approach 30 in Paris, while here in Glasgow we may only muster 15 degrees. So a very distinct air mass difference between Scotland and the north of France at the moment. Still holding on to that warmth a little bit ahead of that frontal boundary. This centre generally right across the south central portion of England. Ahead of that, with the help of some sunshine, we are going to see temperatures into the low 20s once again. But that boundary will push in over London, the southeast of England, East Anglia, through this afternoon and this evening, bringing some localised downpours. Flooding potential in urban areas, but of course, with dry ground, the ground will soak up a lot of that rain, which of course means good news for gardeners and of course farmers. But the weather pattern really does look as if the mode has been well and truly switched from high pressure dominance to more of a low pressure dominance. But certainly it doesn't mean it's a washout by any stretch. We are going to see areas of low pressure come and go. In between that, we're going to see shower activity. Sunshine, showers, some warmth to speak about as well. It's not all doom and gloom. But certainly, as we skip through the GFS sequence here, you can see an area of low pressure, a very vigorous area of low pressure, may I add, driving in over the very warm, juicy air across the north of France, where, like I say, temperatures in and around 30 Celsius in Paris this afternoon. Once that energy meets that warm, humid air, you're going to have explosive thunderstorms in response to that. So it looks as if come tomorrow afternoon, we could have some very stormy, active weather across the western side of France, potentially into Paris, but it looks as if, according to the models, the worst of the conditions is west of the Metroplex. But it could be a pretty nasty day across this part of the continent here tomorrow. Sunshine and shower activity across the UK. That area of low pressure does swing up towards the southeast of England, may bring some wet and windy conditions here across this portion of the country, while for during the day on Friday it looks as if we're going to have some fairly decent weather across the northern half of the British Isles. These two areas of low pressure will work hand in hand to enhance the shower activity across a broad area of the UK. We may see some of these showers merge into longer spells of rain, but it does look as if it's going to be a fairly kind of unsettled, cooler theme to our weather as we go through Saturday and Sunday. The rain and shower activity probably most widespread during Saturday, a little bit less so on Sunday. These areas of low pressure then exit. We've got southwesterly winds, going to feel fairly warm, especially in the sunshine. We may see temperatures boost back up into the low 20s. Then these areas of low pressure kind of dance around an upper vortex, if you notice here, and the fronts are going to continue to swing through early. Then by mid to late next week, these areas of low pressure space apart. We've got high pressure and control, settle things down briefly. But you notice here to the southwest of the UK, west of Iberia, we've got an area of low pressure once again. That is going to make inroads later on in the week across the UK. However, in saying that, some of the newer model runs indicate that this gets deflected and we get high pressure more in control over the UK. So over certainly the next 7 days, we've got low pressure coming and going here, but not all doom and gloom. It's no washout pattern by any stretch. But it's going to be interesting as we go towards the latter half of this month whether we're going to start to see high pressure re-establish once again, or do we maintain this more unsettled theme as we go towards the month of June. Big questions, big uncertainty in the longer range. Hope you have a great day, and I'll be back in the next few days. Bye for now.